Okay, so I don't want to get off topic, so really quick I'm going to say, this is Triple MOAB, it's me, it's on Underground, and it's a P90. Actually, it's not me, it's Kenny, or K-Slice. Link in the description. He's a nice guy, he gave me a bunch of gameplays. This is probably my favorite of them because it's a Triple MOAB, and he gave me another one that's probably even more impressive because it was solo. And even if it was with support, it might be still more impressive, in my opinion. So, the fact that it's solo is just... He might not have been solo, might have been in a party of one or two other than him, so I call that solo. But yeah, for any of you that want to send in gameplays, they don't have to be the standard, so don't worry about that. This is just probably the most insane one that I got. So, and I still haven't been able to record for anybody that sent me ones on PS3 because I haven't had my PS3 controller with me. Or I didn't have the cord so I could use my PS3 controller because it was dead and it wasn't on my PS3 anyways. So I couldn't use it. So I got it today. I'm going to probably be playing tonight. Maybe stream that tonight. I'm not sure. Today's Sunday, so you might be watching some Monday. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And I just want to say real quick that for any of you that did send in gameplays, they might not all be used because after watching some of them and just watching like Jay Nasty stream WW3, it made me want to play MW3. So it's kind of ironic because I said I don't want to play COD. I have no fun playing COD. That's why I asked for gameplays in the first place. But now I've wanted to play COD because I just saw these insane gameplays, these just insane, like, they were having fun with them, getting them, and it just made me like be like, I want to play and I want to get one. I want to get one for myself. And it's just ironic that it's just bad timing for me to want to play after getting like probably like 15 videos worth of gameplays, and I can just go into like my friends' vaults, like my brother and a bunch of other people, and get probably like 20 more, at a minimum of 20 more. But like I have probably like 45 gameplays between everybody that sent them in and like people that I can just snag them off of my friends list that I know wouldn't care and that don't record or do YouTube or anything. And that's just awesome that I have that ability to do that because my subs aren't bad players and my people that I play with are good players as well. Like everybody that's around my channel is normally good at COD if they play it. So it's so sad because everybody that's a sub of mine plays COD just about, and I try to stray away from playing COD, but I don't know. Really quick, what I'm going to say is Steam Summer Sale really hurt me, and it's kind of painful. I spent probably $150 on games. It'll probably be like I think it's going to be about that by the time I'm done with everything that I'm buying, because I'll probably buy a couple more games, because it's ending on today, Sunday. It'll end by the time I wake up probably, which is kind of ironic, because it's 1 p.m. that it's going to end. It'll end by the time I wake up, or within an hour or two by the time I wake up tomorrow. So I probably won't. I'll probably get up and just check the last little bit of flash sales, but there's not much more that's gonna happen. It was great. I got probably like 50 games for $150, and I'll probably get even more if one other thing that I'm looking at goes on sale. And if it does, I will be so happy because it's like 10 games. It's a Sonic bundle. I loved Sonic games when I was little, and there's a new one, the racing one, that I've seen a bunch of videos on, and it looks very, very fun. And it made me want to get the bundle, and it's $30, but if it goes on sale for like even 20, I'm just gonna snag it. I just will. But it's like 12 games for like $20. That's a deal. Deals are great. I love deals. But the other thing I wanted to say, because that's pretty much all there is for the Steam Summer Sale, I got a bunch of games that I'll probably never play, and a bunch that I'm really enjoying so far. Like I'm playing GTA 4, and I've never actually done the story in it, and I've been doing that, having so much fun in that. It's awesome. It's so far a good story. I started Mass Effect, the very first one, and so far I'm not very far in it. Someone got backstabbed if you've ever played it, the very first one. And it's so far pretty fun, but it's older of a game, so the graphics are kind of poopy. Like, it's just kind of like the animations of them communicating, and the voice acting isn't as good. But other than that, it's pretty decent. And I also started Far Cry 2, which is the same way. The voice acting is kind of bad, and the story itself so far is playing out okay. But it's just more like the mechanics of the game that aren't as good, and it's kind of taking away from what the game is, and I bet at the time it was a little bit better because it's outdated for mechanics and just the overall graphics of like the people, the way they look and the way they speak and how it looks when they speak in the game. That kind of stuff is just outdated with those games. But overall, they're still pretty fun, and I'll probably enjoy finishing them. I also got Dishonored. I got a bunch of games. Like, the list goes on. I might put a Gaiazo in the description if I remember, and if you guys remind me in the comments, I will, of my entire library, so you can see every game that I have on Steam, or you can just look up my Steam profile. It's Shocky Walkie, no spaces, no nothing, no caps or missing letters or anything. It's just my YouTube without the. And the last thing I want to talk about today is just, it's a quick little question, and it's just something I just don't understand. It's just, why do we buy COD every year? We complain about it every year, and we end up buying it every single year at the end of the year. And even if like someone who's questioning buying it, and there's people I know that have sworn off buying it, and they still end up buying it and playing, like, even if they don't even play it, they'll play an hour or two of it the very first night, and then they won't play it again. Or they're like me, who we played the first couple months, get annoyed with it, find ourselves in the very end of its cycle going back to it. Or even with this case, I was not having much fun at all with Black Ops 2. I don't think Black Ops 2 is a good game or a bad game. I think it just doesn't have the fun value that MW3 did. And I feel like it was the same way with MW2 and Black Ops 1. I feel like Black Ops 1 was a lot better, a lot more fun than Black Ops 2 though. Because I just think Black Ops 1 had the way it took you forever to level up in that game made the game have a longer life cycle for me. Anyways, just for me. But MW2, I think, well, it took a pretty long time to level up in it, but not quite as long as Black Ops 1. It was still fun, and it just had a lot of replayability with all the different things in it. It just had a lot of fun value. And while it was probably, in my opinion, one of the worst CODs with mechanics and everything, other than the hit detection, that was the one thing I'll say was really good about the game. Sniping was way too easy, noob tubes, every gun, or there was a lot of OP guns. Just think about the ACR and the OP in that game. Ugh. There's just a lot of guns that outclassed half the other ones. Like there was half the guns that were just not good choices to use because of how good other guns were compared to them. But overall, that game just had a lot of fun in it. I've been playing it on PC recently just because of the fun that it had with going for nukes and just going for weird gameplays with your secondaries, because the secondaries were good in that game. Kenny just turned on that kid really hard. I don't know how he didn't see him on the mini-map though. He got lucky. But it's just overall, like, it seems like at the end of a life cycle, we always get bored with COD and we're always complaining about it. And what annoys me more is being in the gameplay community more than anything, or more than any other part of the COD community. People in the last few CODs have stretched the game to its limits, like really early in it. In Black Ops 1, there was still much more to be done in the game, and in MW2 there was still a little bit more, but that game was still kind of like pulled to its limits, other than with what's now being brought into all the old CODs, which I think is pretty lame, is the support lobbies that are just, I think it was cool for the idea of a MOAB, and maybe for a nuke if you're not running kill streaks with it, and you're just running your gun and then UAV EMP nuke, or UAV counter UAV nuke. That kind of stuff would be entertaining to watch. But the fact that people are running kill streaks with support now, it just kind of, I feel like the only thing support was meant for was to make it so that you are even more of a super soldier than you were before. And that's what I liked about support, is that it gives you the vest, it gives you the opportunity to just stand in there, go gun on gun with everybody against you. And it's just your gun, your map knowledge, your spawn knowledge against 9 other people or against 6 other people. But bringing support to the other CODs is making it kind of not as fun to me. And I hope that that kind of thing doesn't happen in the next COD. And I really do hope there is a MOAB-esque kill streak. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a nice day. Peace.